back to my channel. If this is your first time stopping by, my name is Balin and I would like to welcome you to my YouTube channel, and please consider subscribing if you haven't subscribed. And to my new and old subscribers, I want to say a very big thank you to you all. And today we are making buffets. So I have my yeast here, and this clearly shows our yeast is active. And I also have my bread flour here, soft one. I'll be adding a bit of needle to my buffets. I have my sugar in here. I have my salt, cinnamon, and a bit of nutmeg. Alright. So now that I've introduced you guys to the ingredients, so I have this measuring cup here which says 1 cup, and I also have my bowl, and this particular sieve is what I use for things like this, not fruits, juices and other things, just basically things like this and soups. So I'm gonna first measure my first cup. This is just for my husband, myself, and my 2 kids. Yeah, then our houseboy. So I'm gonna be making a lot. That's basically 3 adults and 2 kids. So I'm gonna be taking 3 cups of the wheat flour, and even all-purpose flour. 3 cups of that is enough. As I said, if you have if you have a large family, you can always double the measurements and the size of everything I'm using. So I'm adding about a teaspoon of salt in here. Anything that has to do with sugar loves salt as well. Trying to adjust the camera here. And I'll also be adding, and this part is 1 teaspoon. So I'll also be adding 1 teaspoon of sugar, which is the small part, because I already added some sugar into the yeast. So I'm adding about 2 teaspoons of sugar. Please do you. If you love sugar, please just add more. And if you don't love sugar, yeah, that's about 2 teaspoons of sugar. But my sugar is a bit crumbled and it's not really coming out. I also have my nutmeg here, nutmeg powder. You will need the powder in this, not the stick. So we'll be adding about half a teaspoon of that too. Sorry, the one I use for the sugar is tablespoon, and the nutmeg measurement is teaspoon. And I'll be adding a pinch of what is it called? Nutmeg rather. So a pinch of nutmeg, not too much as well. You're gonna sieve that in. Yeah, this is why I'm sieving it, so we don't have all this big particles in it. So now we are done sifting it. We are going to be putting away all the things we've used already. Then this is our dough. So right now what I'm going to be doing is I will be adding my powdered milk. This is the time you want to add in all your dry ingredients. Not too much, just a bit. Okay, actually everything over. So after adding that in, I'm gonna get a spatula. Yeah, then you mix this all together. So once it's all mixed up like this, all right, then you want to go in with your active yeast. So the yeast goes in now. And in this kettle, I have some warm water. You also have to use warm water for this, not cold water. Warm water is needed. So I just added the yeast in, and then I rinsed the bowl of the yeast also. And in this kettle I have 2 cups of water, but I believe I'll be using about a cup of water. So we're gonna mix this up. Let me bring you guys closer so you can see what I'm actually doing. So what I'm doing right now is adding in more water. As I said, I'm intending to use about a cup of water, and I have 2 cups of water in this kettle. But when I use more than that, I'm still gonna let you guys know. So you add in a bit more, and you don't want to add the water all together at the same time. You want to be adding it gradually, so it doesn't become too runny. That is not what we want. You want it to be in a thick consistency, a thick paste. That way you can have your nice and soft puff or buffaloes. So you want to be adding in the water gradually. Don't just put everything together at once. So we have this consistency. It's still not okay. I'm going to be adding in a bit of water as well again. And what I have right now is here, which basically means I used about a cup of water here. So you're going to give this a quick stir. And this time around, I think we are getting to the consistency we actually want. This is the consistency I'm going for, because I want my puff to be on the softer side, because as I said earlier on, my kids will be eating this with us. I don't want it to be too dry or to be so hard so they can't enjoy it. I want this to be soft for them to also enjoy this. So, and this is our buffaloed paste or butter, our buffaloed butter, puff butter, and we are done, guys. So right now, what I'm gonna do right now is I'm going to leave this to sit and double up in size for about 30 minutes or an hour. If you have time, you can actually leave it for about an hour, but as I said, I'm gonna be making some breakfast, and I didn't wake up early, so I can only leave this for about 30 minutes for it to rise. Then we can come back and fry it. But whilst waiting for this to rise, I'm gonna show you guys how I make my spiced Hausa cocoa, also known as Kunukanwa. If you don't know what Kunukanwa is, it's basically Hausa cocoa, but that one is a bit spiced. We add in spices to it. Then we also add in salt, bitter kanwa to it. So now that we are done mixing this, I have this damp towel here. I'll first cover the dough with the damp towel, and this is also dry one. And I'm gonna be putting this into my microwave. You need to put this in a warm place to help it rise or double up in size. So I'm going to be putting this in my microwave, and we'll give it about 30. So I have my pot of water here, and for Kunukanwa you don't really need anything much, just water. Then my salt, bitter kanwa, you will have to soak this overnight to get it to this color, to get it to dissolve. That is how you're going to get the best Kunukanwa. So once I have my pot of water there, I'm going to add some of the kanwa water to this. You don't want to add too much, because you'll be adding some of the kanwa to the cocoa dough as well. Then you're gonna, sorry, then you are going to put this on fire. It's boiling. I have my millet flour here. This is what we use for both Hausa cocoa and Kunukanwa. It's just the same thing, the same flour you'll be using for Hausa cocoa. It's basically the same flour you are going to be needing for the Kunukanwa. The only difference is this Kunukanwa you add in the sauce bitter, the kanwa, and the Hausa cocoa itself you don't add that. So I'm going to be taking 3 spoonfuls of this. As I said, it's just myself, my husband, our houseboy, and my kids. So I'm going to be taking 3 spoonfuls of this. We'll mix it up, but first I'm going to be making balls. I'm not going to show, please guys, excuse my background noise, it's my kid. I'm not going to show how I make the balls because I have several videos of how I make balls for cocoa. So if you want to know how to make the balls, you can go and watch different ones on my channel. So I'm going to make the balls, then I'll get back to you guys. All right, so I have my balls here. Yeah. Right now I'm going to mix the flour for the cocoa. I'm going to be adding in a bit of this. So this is why I said you don't have to add plenty into the water. Then I'll be adding in some water as well. And mix this up. So what you want to achieve here is a thick, kind of a thick consistency, in between thick and light. Not very thick and not very light as well. Something in between. So, and our water is already boiling. I'm just trying to adjust the camera a bit for you guys. Our water is already boiling as well. Water is boiling now. Yeah, and I don't know if you guys can see it's boiling. Let me bring you guys a bit closer. I think this is perfect. So I'm gonna be adding in the balls I made earlier on. Okay, let's drop it in. Please be careful, don't be like me, and give it a quick stir so it doesn't really stick together. Some of them are actually going to stick together, but you don't want all of them to stick together. So you give it a quick stir, just like so, and allow it to boil for some let's say for about 3 to 5 minutes, so they can become firm. Because right now they are very soft, they can easily fall apart, and if you don't allow it to boil and become firm, when you add in the cocoa, the mixture, it's going to become soft and mixed with the cocoa, and it's not going to be nice. So once you put it in this way, you give it a quick stir, then you cover it up and allow it to boil for 3 to 5 minutes. By then it should be firm. It should be firm enough for you to add in the porridge. And once you add in the mixture and stir it up, you're going to have this thick and creamy cocoa with the balls in it, which is very nice. And the balls, what I did, I added a bit of sugar to the balls, so that way it's always quite nice. I shouldn't have covered this up. This is why I didn't actually clean my bin. I don't know if you guys can see, it's a bit dirty because this is, when making this, it's a bit messy. So I just open the lid of the pot, and I'm going to allow it to boil this way. So it's time for me to add in the this one that I mixed there, and this one too. I added a bit of the kanwa again. So you want to be adding in bits here, then bits into the bowl, so it doesn't become too much for you to drink. Just bit by bit is okay. Use this opportunity to please say if you are watching up to this part and you haven't subscribed yet, please do me the honor, do me the favor by subscribing and the likes. You guys do watch all right. I understand it's still a new channel, we are still growing, but you guys do watch. But I know most of you forget to like and at least leave a comment. So please, when watching, please try to give us a like if you like the video, and leave us a comment. Let us know how you see them. As you can see, I'm trying so hard with my condition. I'm trying so hard, but as I said, it's a new channel and we are all hoping and praying for it to grow. So in as much as I'm trying to bring you content, I think the best or the least thing you guys can also do is to also like, subscribe, and at least share the videos to help us grow. Thank you guys. All right, so right now we will give what we are boiling a quick stir again. Remember, I didn't cover it up, so you want to be stirring it every now and then to prevent it from sticking together, because right now that it's open, it can't really boil the way we want it to boil when it's covered. So you want to be stirring it every now and then to help them stick out. Yeah. So it's now time to add in the cocoa flour, the mixture, into the boiling water with the balls we made. So I'm gonna bring you guys a bit closer to see how it is now, and to see when I add in the cocoa mixture how it's going to turn, and the consistency you want to have when you are making this, because this is different from Hausa cocoa. This is always on a thicker side when you are making this, but Hausa cocoa, you want it to be on a lighter side. I have both recipes on my channel, so if you want a recipe for the Hausa cocoa, you can as well check it out. And I also have another video of this also on my channel. This is my mixture. I'm going to give it a quick stir, then add it in to the cocoa. Do you guys see the color? This is the color you want to achieve when making Kunukanwa. And it's called Kunukanwa because of the cow we add to it. That's just the difference, but it's very nice. If you haven't tried this and you have the normal house cocoa at home, please, after watching this video, please give this a try. You are going to love it. It's very nice. And if you are a breastfeeding mom, this will also help with your milk supply. When I give birth, this is what my mom normally gives me almost every time, morning, afternoon, evening, and it does help with my milk supply, even though I'm expecting now, but I'm still drinking it. Do you guys see how thick this is? And this is okay for me because we love to add milk to this. So when I'm making this, I want it to be very thick. That way I can add my milk to it, because when it's not this thick and you add milk to this, it becomes watery. But when you Alright guys, so time to fry our puff puff. And I know I'm not good at dropping puff puff the traditional way of, scooping and dropping it in. This is how I drop my puff puff in, so it doesn't really come out round, but some of them actually do come out round. Yeah. But the most important thing is it comes out nice. It always comes out nice.
Empty hearts and neon lights, they're playing with my mind. Gotta get out of here tonight. Oh, I wanna run off and fly, and I'll tell myself it's fine to be alone, just to find somewhere that finally feels turning truth to lies. Gotta get up, stop wasting time. Yeah, I wanna run off and fly. And I'll tell myself it's fine to be alone, just to find somewhere that finally feels like home. I hate all this overthinking. The more I swim, the more I'm sinking. Take me to a world of silver. No more heartbreaks, tears, painkillers. Take me somewhere unfamiliar. Bring me back to where we started out. Get me out of now, to where we started out. Get me out of now, to where we started out.
Alright guys, so we are done frying our puff puff, and this was so nice. It was very very delicious. It was yummy, and this way everyone gets to enjoy it. So guys, please don't forget to give us a thumbs up, like, and subscribe if you haven't. Thank you. And
Empty hearts and neon lights, they're playing with my mind. Gotta get out of here tonight. Oh, I want